people will call me and they'll say, you know, my dog is reactive to other dogs. My dog goes after people when they come into the house. I mean, the behavioral problems kind of never end. And then my first question is how much of your core do you have? What does your dog actually know and how well do they know it? And it's usually either 0 to very, very minimal. They listen good when there's literally nothing going on and I have a piece of chicken in my hand. I want to just show you what obedience looks like on a finished dog, if you will, and what it should mean for you and your dogs. And you guys are kind of stepping up together and realizing how important actually the fundamentals are. It's something I talk about a lot. I'll just show you, like with her, when I ask her to SIT or anything else, it's very matter of fact. Sit, stay, place, left, sit, down, down, sit, break. So even when I break her, it's very distinguished. It's very, okay, I know what I need to do. She's exploding away from me.
How long did it take to get to that point?
Well, her obedience got really good when she was younger. She was probably doing this at 15 weeks. But her drive didn't develop until she fully matured to this intensity. So when she was a puppy, she did good obedience, but she didn't have good impulse control. She didn't understand the game. I haven't trained her in 6 years. So I haven't taught her anything new since she was a puppy. I got her at 6 weeks and I trained her right from the get. She's probably doing all of this at 15 to 20 weeks. Down, good. Sit, good. Couché, good. Assis, left. Place, break. So say she was a man-eater and she hated everybody and she wanted to kill everybody. Her obedience is good enough where I could still bring her places and do things with her. Again, we talked about genetics. Her breed helps me with this because her mom did this, her dad did this, and so on and so forth. They're all working line dogs. So it's definitely helpful, especially with that attentive drive that she have. I helped with that, but it's nothing that I really taught her how to do. She kind of had that since a puppy. She learned that if she just does something, she gets what she wants. And I did that in the beginning with food. I had her kibble, which she loved, and I would make her look at me. Lakota, lep. Good. She just wants to play. She's had enough demoing. Platz. Good girl. Out. Good girl. Sit. Fooey. Good. Couché. Lep. So I can bring her pretty much anywhere. I could do anything I want with her, only because her obedience is really great. If she was a 6-month-old dog and I started running into problems where maybe she didn't like other people or she didn't like other dogs, to me it would just be a minor inconvenience. And to be honest, she really doesn't like she tolerates dogs. She's not gonna play with dogs. She's not a pet at all. You can't cuddle with her. Even if you tried, if I went to try to pick her up, all she's gonna care about is getting that ball. So she's not the type of dog where you're like, oh, I love you. So she doesn't. She's just like ball, 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 ball. So it's just a different dog, and I'm trying to be fair. But you guys both have breeds that I've seen dogs of both your breeds do all of this stuff. So watch, this is her place command. Go touch. She'll find something to touch on. Look at her. She's like, can I touch on this? Touch. Lakota, go touch. Go touch. She's like, I don't know where to go. So now if I came over here, Lakota, come, touch. She'll find something over here because there's obviously things over here for her to touch on. If I was at home and somebody came in, like my parents or my in-laws, whack, 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 tail's going crazy, glasses are getting knocked over, but my obedience, because I can say, hey, go over there, is great. So it's the same thing on a different end of the spectrum. She gets so overly excited to see people, so I can say, go to your touch, and then stay, and she'll stay there. And then even if the distraction of something that she really wants, grandparents, kids, whatever, anybody that she wants, she'll stay there until I give her the B word. So that's why I'm really focusing in on with you guys to make sure that you understand the fundamentals have to be there in order for you guys to overcome and to modify a lot of your behavioral problems first. And it doesn't have to be like this, but it's got to be there, right? So when we ask a dog to sit and we literally do this and they can't even handle it, it's like, well, then we can't really start getting out the other dogs and the other distractions until we get that fundamental down first. And a lot of people come in and they think their basics are to a certain point until reality kicks in, and they either see a well-trained dog or they're in an environment that isn't their house or their backyard, and then the dog just forgets everything. So that's why the first day of training is always kind of a humbling experience of what does our dog actually know? Break. Good girl.
When we're walking with a dog, should we, on the leash, they should be heeling all the time?
Great question. No. So like with her, you can see her heel is like almost like a competitive heel. She's very like, gimme, 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 boom, right here, boom. And so when I ask her to heel, she has expectations to heel, but then when I say break, she can go and be a dog. With you guys, it would essentially be this. So her left command is just finding my left leg. So if this was one of your dogs, it's the same thing we're doing sit, stay. We're going stay. We're going right here, and then the B word, and then here, and then the B word, and then here, and then the B word. So it's the same thing with heeling. Left. So if we're heeling outside, which is like the polishing touches, it's the very last thing. It would be heel, 1, 2, 3, break. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, break. So it's gonna be a mixture. You're gonna be toggling between breaking and heeling, because you have to walk your dog. Right. They have to get out. But if you're not prepared, like with her, if I just started her off on heeling, I'm not gonna try to heel her all the way down there if she doesn't know it well yet. So it would be realistic, fair expectations. I'm gonna pick a lamppost or the mailbox or whatever. That's where you heel and you say, okay, break. And then they can break for the rest of the walk. They can break for 10 minutes, whatever. When you go out the door, it should be break. If you're not heeling, it should be break. Everything has to be on your terms, because that's how you create this engagement of, like, if I came over here, like, she's not gonna be looking at you guys, she's gonna be looking at me. And even if I did this, her attention is then gonna go on the handler that's gonna release her. See? That's because she knows that I provide what she wants. You guys right now are in that process of teaching your dog boundaries and thresholds. If they want something, they get it. So it doesn't matter if it's, I'm out of here, I don't want to train, or it's, there's another dog or there's another person. When they see something that they want, there's literally nothing filters. It's just break right through. And you see, like with a trained dog, I throw something out that she loves more than anything else in the world, way more than me. And she's like, can I have that? Can I have it? Can I please have it? Can I have it now? Break. And then boom, see you later. Go have it. So that's why we're working so hard on this stuff right now, is the basic thresholds of going up to the gate. The dog's like, yep, we're gone. Like, sit is sit, stay is stay.
How often should we be working with the dog? I mean, when I brought Atlas home for our break, like, he was exhausted.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. That's why
right
that's why I did this break. We talk about mental stimulation and physical stimulation. Like, she could run, really, same thing. Like, the dogs can run a lot, but you're gonna notice tonight the dogs are gonna crash mentally. Happens almost every time. Very rarely, if I'm like, we're tired, they're like, kind of. But most of the dogs are like, man, they just plopped out. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the max, and you're doing this all day long as much as you can. So quality over quantity. Get the dog out, healing patterns, placing, pretty much what we're doing in here. 5-10 minutes break, 5-10 minutes break, 5-10, that's all they have. The tank gets really empty when they're not used to, just like with us. There really is no wrong answer, you just don't want to overdo it. If I saw her, like, her obedience started to suck, I would say, okay, you're done. Or I simply wouldn't ask her to do anything else. But I would say, as a general rule, it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, break. Half an hour later, 10, 15 minutes, and then break. You're just saying, hey, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Okay, no, break. Listen to me, listen to me. And you guys don't have that key component of listen to me, because there's two big things. Is because they have gotten away with so much for so long that they've just chosen not to, and there's nothing that you're gonna do about it. And sometimes too, like we were seeing earlier, sometimes the dog just doesn't know the behavior as well as we think they do either. All right, you guys, I hope you liked this video. Make sure you hit this to subscribe to my channel, or click this other video to check out all the other cool things we're doing with dogs.